Okay, so for whatever reason, the computer messed up on me, and I got halfway through the video and I lost it. So this is not quite an unboxing video, but I'm here to talk about this Spirit Iron Knife figure, which is really cool. We're just gonna pick up where I left off, but we'll catch up a little bit first. Let's have a look at this packaging. Pretty cool packaging. Got the artwork there. And we got new artwork on the back, which is pretty cool. So you can pause that and take a look at that if you like. I already took all the accessories out. He didn't have any rubber tabs or rubber bands holding the figure in. So let's go ahead and examine those accessories a little bit. Yeah, sorry about that. Technical difficulties couldn't be helped. So you guys missed me opening the figure. If you're somebody who likes seeing me open the figure, sorry about that. Gonna have to miss out on it this time. So, Spirit comes with a lot of cool accessories. He's got this neat sniper rifle. That's pretty cool. He's got this backpack, which we'll talk a little bit about in a second. He's got an eagle. And these are not the wings that came on him in the box, because he had these two folded up wings on him in the box. So let's see what he looks like with his folded up wings. First, we'll take a look at this. He's got an articulation at the neck. That's pretty cool. And he's got articulations at the legs, so we can move his legs forward, and even a little bit of ankle articulation, so we can twist it that way. He's got a boot cut, even if you don't have boots. So, I'm going to take these wings off. The ball joints aren't very tight, which is, good that you can take those off fairly easily, but I kind of wonder how well they would hold up to, like, rigorous play if a child's playing with it. They'd probably fall off all the time. So there we go. There is freedom in his resting mode. So we got that. And then we got two knives for him. Which one is this plain sort of knife? And that should fit into this holster here, or this sheath here. So there we go. And then there was this other knife that I thought was really cool, which I already have in there. And you can see it's got like an eagle skull on that. That's really neat. And it's got some cool paint deco on there. They could have just made this just like a plain silver knife, but they actually put a little bit of like detailing on there, which I think looks pretty neat. Let me see if I can get that to focus a little better. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So I really like that knife. The other knife's good. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a fine knife. But this one I like better because it gives them a little more character. So look at that head sculpt. That's a great head sculpt. A lot of intensity in that expression, and you can see that this is pretty accurate to the original Spirit figure, where he's got like the two different types of grenades there, and then the knife and the fringed sheath, and he's got the gold wristbands. He's got gloves now, and I like this falconer glove. That's a really nice touch. He is missing the breechcloth that the original Spirit had. I guess you can't win them all. And he's got like the tan pants we think of Spirit as having, and regular combat boots instead of the buckskin boots like the original Spirit figure had. I don't mind that so much because I think it's a little more realistic, but that's fine. And then the other accessory he had was this cool automatic pistol. So they're starting to have them come with real guns now. How cool is that? I definitely prefer them to have real guns over the Nerf guns, and I know I'm not alone in that. So some of those Nerf guns could be pretty cool, and I didn't mind them so much. No, but if I'm being real about it, yeah, I would rather have more realistic guns. So I have this pop up on my screen that won't read those the antivirus pop ups. You know how much I love those. So hopefully his backpack will stay in. Sometimes these have had a hard time staying in. And this one seems like it's doing okay. Like, I really want to have this one go in here good because, I want to give him the perch for the eagle. I think that's going to look pretty neat once I get that put together. He's got little pegs on his feet that should fit into these little holes. And that should hold him on there pretty tightly. That's pretty cool. And, of course, if you would prefer to have him on the falconer's glove, that's an option too. He's got two little holes there in the falconer's glove, and he should plug into that just the same. And it is a tight fit, but I'm glad it's a tight fit because I want it to stay in there and not fall out. So there we go. Now, the balance might be off a little bit with that. No, he seems to be balancing just fine. I can stand him. So he actually can stand on his own. He doesn't come with a figure stand, unfortunately, but if he did, that would probably make him a little more sturdy as far as standing there. But he seems to stand okay. So let's take Freedom off of Spirit's arm for just a minute, because I want to put the sniper rifle in there. It's such a cool looking rifle. The silhouette of it is very similar to the original Spirit's rifle, but that one fired arrows. It wasn't very realistic even back in the 80s. I guess they figured since he's a Native American, he should fire arrows, but whatever. I never really cared for that one because I wanted him to have like a more realistic gun, but now this one does. So he's a tracker and he's tracking his prey, and he's about to bust a cap in his head and get the red mist. So there's that really cool shot in the comic book where it's like, I'm sure like if I put some effort into it, I can get that lined up a little bit better with his eye. But you know the shot that I'm talking about in that one issue with Destro and Firefly and Fred #1, and they're trying to track down Snake Eyes at his cabin, and Hawk has already sent Spirit and Airborne up there to keep an eye on Snake Eyes for whatever reason, and there's that great shot of Spirit aiming the rifle directly at the camera, and it's just really awesome. And I can recreate that with this action figure. It makes me very happy. That's cool. So Spirit definitely gets a recommend from me. I mean, this is a guy who, like, if you're like an old school G.I. Joe collector like I am, if you're a fan of the comic book, if you're a fan of the animated cartoon where for some reason he was the arch enemy of Storm Shadow, like, this is an essential character. Like, I personally the figure was fine and everything, but I really fell in love with this character when Larry Hama wrote him in the comic book and gave him such a great distinctive personality. And like, you know, most GI Joe characters are complete badasses, so it's not unusual for me to say that Spirit's a total badass. You know, well, Roadblock's a badass, Rakondo's a badass, like, you know, even Tripwire, who was supposed to be like a clumsy dude, like, he was a badass when it came time to actually doing his job. When it came time to, you know, arming and disarming explosives, there was nobody better, you know. So it's like every member of the team is a badass, but Spirit was on. Oops, backpack fell off. I kind of figured that was going to happen if I put the eagle on there. That was just a little too much. Even though the backpack does stay on there pretty well, like by itself. Putting Freedom on there was just a little bit too much. So I think what I'm going to do is, how I'm going to have him posed on my shelf is just kind of have him with the rifle like so. And we're going to put Freedom on his wrist. And that should be that. So yeah, he's pretty cool. Definitely gets a recommend. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and all the fun YouTube stuff down below. Let me know what you think about this figure and what you think about the character of Spirit in general, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye. He fell off again. That's weird. You would think he would have stayed on there better, because he stayed on there so well the first time. Let's see if I can get it to stay on there this time. Maybe I just didn't have the pegs in there all the way. All right, there we go. We'll see you next time. Bye.